So, the micro test on number patterns. First of all, the missing numbers here are 7, 11 and 19. I'll tell you how we're marking it in a minute. The rule is you add 9. For part B, it's 2 and 7. Yeah, that's the same thing, so that's fine. Okay, that's the same thing. I will explain about the markings in a minute. So this one here, it's 2 and 7. You're adding these two up. Add those two up, you get 9. Add 7 and 9, you get 16. Add 9 and 16, you get 25. And add 16 and 25, you get 41. There are 2 marks there. 2 marks if both or 3 are correct. 1 mark is lost for every one that's incorrect.
And you got it right?
Are you talking about part A?
Wait, what did you
Part A1 here, there are 2 marks if it's all correct. For every one that's wrong, you lose a mark until there are no marks left.
Okay, so part B.
So for A1, there are 2 marks. For A2, adding 9, that is worth 2 marks as well. And down here, there are 2 marks. You lose 1 mark for every one that is incorrect until you get down to 0 marks. So far for that question, there have been 6 marks.
What if he got the correct rule, but he just didn't complete the first 2? Is that okay?
Then they can still have the marks, yes. Right.
The first 2 previous numbers.
No, the only thing they can have here is adding 9 or something the same as adding 9. Right, year 9, do it quietly please. Haven't got much time. Question 2, part A. The pattern for 9, it's 3 by 3. Okay, is what you need there. 2 marks. The next one, 21, it's 1, underneath 1 it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 4, then it's 5, then it's 6. Again for 2 marks. So triangle pattern going down to 6 on the bottom row. Down here, there are various ones you could have. I'm just going to write them in. You could have 1 by 24. You could have 2 by 12. You could have 3 by 8. You could have 4 by 6. Or you could have them the other way around.
I think James did one big
So,
one.
okay,
That one big
there
one.
are 2 marks here. 1 for each of those, but you only need to get 2 of them. So for example, you could have 2 dots by 12.
You have to do 2 things.
If you've only done one of them, you get 1 mark. So, another 6 marks for that question, which means there are 12 marks on that page.
He gets 1, so he doesn't do the other one. He gets 2, 4, 6.
12 marks on that page, and we turn over for question 2. Right. Along the top row. Can we listen, please? I'll tell you about the marking in a minute. Let's have this way, please. Right, the missing numbers along the top row. The missing numbers are 20, 35, 44 and 54. Along the second row down, the missing numbers are 5, 6, 8 and 9. Along the bottom row, there are 4 ones that are missing. Each of those is worth half a mark. So there are 6 marks there altogether.
Right. She's like done it all right, but she's put all the numbers next to the top.
That's fine. As long as the numbers are there somewhere, they get half a mark each number.
Oh, gee.
For part B, okay, if you spot what's happening here in this pattern, they're going up here by 4 each time. The missing number is 16. There are 2 marks for that, which means there are 8 marks on that page. I'll just show you the top one again. Half a mark for everything down there. And the second, so the bottom down there is 16. 2 marks for the 16, half a mark for those. 8 marks altogether on that page. So we turn over to page 3. Yes, it's 16 at the bottom. Page 3. Right. Any queries now I will deal with at the end. Page 3. Over here. If we extend this pattern, these numbers on the left are going up in 4s, so you'd have 20, and the numbers on the right are going up in 12s. 20 would take you to 68. If you extend it again, 24 over here, 12 more, then it's 80, and it's 80 the line that you're interested in. So 24 is the number. So the missing number is 24, and the reason you're not actually going to get an extra mark for the reason, you're going to get 2 marks for the 24.
So we get no.
Down here in part C.
Did I get it wrong?
In part C, later on I'm going to deal with queries. In part C, there are various different things you can have. If your reason is doubling, they will go 8, 16, 32. If your reason is you added on 1 between the first numbers, and you added on 2 between the next ones, and then you would add it on 3, then you add on 4, then you add on 5, you get 7, 11 and 16. There are 3 marks for each bit here, so there's 6 marks there altogether. I will leave you to decide whether or not it's sensible. Anything you can't decide on, I'll deal with at the end, because I want to get through it here first of all.
1 then 2.
But there are 2 examples on the board.
Wait,
There are 3 marks for each one.
does that count if you go up to
I'll deal with any queries at the end. Right, we're moving on, we're running out of time. This way, girls. This way, please. Right, question 7, sorry, level 7 rather, the first one. The number pattern you've got, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Those numbers are going up in 2s. You're either 2 times table down. That row is 2n. You are taking 1 away. Here it's 2n, take away 1. The next one, it goes 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. They are going up in 3s. Write the 3 times table down, and to get from the 3 times table to the top numbers, you are adding on 7. The answer there is 3n, add 7. The bottom ones, 3, 7, 11, 15 and 19, they are going up in 4s. Write down the 4 times table, and then to get the answers you're taking away 1, that is 4n minus 1. There are 2 marks for each of those. 1 mark for the first bit, 1 mark for the second bit. 6 marks there altogether. 14 marks on that page. 14 marks on that page altogether. Any other queries I'm going to do at the end, Josh?
On there, you get a bit from each side.
Final page, Lisa.
On that bit there, do you get a bit from each side? I just think I got 3 on there.
Okay, final page.
So if you get one on each side.
Let's listen, please. I'll do queries in a minute. First of all, down here, we need to do the same thing. We've got 5, 9, 13 and 17. They're going up in 4s. Write the 4 times table down, and then you're adding on 1. So the answer here is 4n, add 1. That is worth 2 marks. 1 for the first bit, 1 for the second bit. 4n, add 1. 1 mark for the 4n, 1 mark for the add 1. The final questions. The final questions.
Get 4 and plus 1.
First one, it is the square numbers, add 1. The answer to the first one is n squared, add 1. The answer to the second row, they are the square numbers, take away 2. N squared, take away 2. And the final one is n squared, take away n. 1 mark and 2 marks, which mean there are 6 marks on that page, and altogether it's out of 40.